When it comes to fixing the American math problem, I believe that we need 3 doses, not one, not two. We need 3 doses, 3 things, 3 sets of books, 3 sets of resources. And that's what I want to talk to you about in this video. Hi, my name is Amos, the Math Guy. And I want to talk to you about 3 sets of resources that can help every student to flourish in math. As a matter of fact, they can help you go from not knowing math at all and covering 12 years of math in 1 year. And I really mean it. I've done the work over the last 12 years of assessing the American math curriculum, and I've been able to find out all the areas that we duplicate, all the areas that we waste time, all the ways we waste time, and I've been able to condense it into 1 year of math, which covers all the math you need right before you start calculus. Why do I not have to worry about calculus? Because calculus is pretty clear what we're talking about. Differential calculus is calculus 1, integral calculus is calculus 2. It's very well defined. Everything before that in American math curriculum is a joke. I'm sorry to say that. It's a joke. The whole K-12 system of math in America is a joke until you get to calculus. Why do I say this? If you use one textbook in one state at one city, and then you move to another city in another state in a different county, you're not sure what textbook or what concepts people have mastered, and it's too confusing. So what's the solution? The solution is we take all the topics that kids learn from kindergarten to 12th grade, all of it, without exception, put it in one list, arrange it from the simplest topic to the most advanced topic, like the most basic topic to the most advanced topic, and then help the child to figure out, or help the students to figure out, where are my gaps, and fill those gaps all the way down, all the way until you get to the end of pre-calc. In the math program that I've put together, I expect everybody to do calculus. I expect everybody to be able to do statistics. I expect everybody to be able to do discrete math. Now in Nigeria, even in schools where they didn't have all the facilities like running water, electricity, and so on, everybody did calculus. It was just standard. Then on top of that, they had advanced math 1 and advanced math 2. But what I want to talk to you briefly about here, though, is these 3 groups. The first group of books, of course, are the books that you learn the concepts from. We're talking about all the textbooks. We have all the textbooks from basic elementary school math all the way to, even standardized tests like the calculus CLEP and the pre-calc CLEP and the college algebra CLEP. We can help you get all of that so that you can get the college credit. So that's number 1. We need the set of books that students need to master the concepts in a very logical fashion with examples and everything that the students need. Number 2, we gotta inspire the students to love math and to flourish in trying hard to do math well. So how do we do that? We use stories of people. We have R.G. Letourneau. This is Inspiring Entrepreneurs. It tells stories of people like Elon Musk and George Eastman and on and on. We're just using it as inspiration. Benjamin Franklin, Booker T. Washington, Michael Faraday, James Clerk Maxwell, Journey Through Genius, which we're going through on my YouTube channel. So subscribe for that if you want to follow my journey through Genius. The Wright brothers. Oh man, those guys were inspirational. They were off the charts in their passion and persistence. We need students to build character as they do math, because math will sometimes give them difficulty. How should they conquer those difficulties? These stories will help them. And then on top of these stories and resources, what if we told them the stories of astronomy, stories of inventions in technology, and stories of the world of mathematics, which is math history? What if we embed that into this dose? Sorry about that. So we have solid math content, we have math history and inspiration. That's part of how I call my math program. As a nickname for my math program is Inspirational Mathematics. Using math to inspire excellence in life. We want to inspire these kids to go to a math class and realize that Isaac Newton wasn't a prodigy at the level that people would think, because when he read certain books, he would actually get stuck, and then he would have to find ways to get, he would read it again and again. He read Descartes' book a few times to understand it. We don't always read things once and get it, right? I put a basketball video on my channel yesterday. I saw one of my old videos of shooting hoops, and I missed one shot, but I tried again, and people need to think of math that way. Give math a chance. Try again. Find the right coaching tools to get you where you need to go, which is calculus, statistics, and discrete mathematics. Get those covered, and literally there's no door that you can't move into, because if you choose to go into further STEM, go for it. Okay, this is the last category. The last category of books that will help you flourish in math. Well, first I would encourage you to get a journal where you take notes of this. But these are books about learning how to learn. And I'll put the very, one of the best ones here, Peak. Okay, so Peak will help you to master 12 years of math in 1 year. How? Because of deliberate practice and specific goals. And that's part of what coaching does. I provide coaching to students, group tutoring for pre-algebra, algebra 1, algebra 2, pre-calc, and so on and so forth. So please reach out if you have any questions about coaching. I'll be more than willing to help. I have some spots available for the fall as well as the summer. In 12 weeks, I actually can help students finish algebra 1 or algebra 2 or both, and pre-algebra. Like we don't play with math here. We take it seriously because math is beautiful. So these are some of the resources. Let me list them off to you. Peak, I'll come back to it at the end. Rethinking math learning, how to cover, it says how to teach your kids 1 year of math in 3 months. Like, the research is there. We can get it done. And I'll talk about the research from Peak. The 7 laws of teaching. The best way to really learn is to teach others what you're learning. Mathematics for human flourishing. This was a paper also. Beautiful work from Dr. Francis Su of Harvey Mudd in California. How to be a high school superstar by Dr. Carl Newport. Dr. Carl Newport is a boss when it comes to productivity. And so he has some training from MIT, and he's very good at what he does. This is a revolutionary plan to get into college by standing out without burning out. How cool is that? This one is a treat. The Abolition of Man by C.S. Lewis. Even in the 1940s, they saw that modern education was failing people, and I made a video about that. Modern education is failing young people on several levels. But even in the 1940s, they knew that. So it's not gotten any better. We have kids who are graduating high school without a vision for life. We got to change that. This is getting into more specifics of curriculum design from the country that has been one of the best in the K5 space or in the K6 space. And this is the 3 R's. So these 2 books will serve as a solid foundation. The 3 R's, reading, writing, and arithmetic. These 2 books will provide you with a solid base. And then we have a curriculum here from Singapore Math, the very country that has that. So we have a very solid foundation here. If you still have a student in elementary school, we have curriculum for them. But if you're sitting there right now in 8th or 9th grade and thinking, I wish I took math more seriously when I was younger, we can give you all the math you need in 1 year, 248 days to be specific. It takes 248 days to go from basic math all the way to calculus. 248 days. So why do we take 12 years to do it? Yeah, we're quite inefficient, especially when we take summer breaks in between. No, you could just go from the beginning all the way to the end. Now let's end with Peak. The idea of deliberate practice involves finding the specific topic you need to learn, breaking it down into bite-sized chunks, and then learning the concepts. Like, if you're weak in a certain concept, go back to what you need to learn that concept well, learn that well, and then move on to the next concept, and so on and so forth. That's part of what they talk about in Peak. And so they actually did a project where they had a physics class that used deliberate practice, and they had a physics class that used traditional methods. Here's what was fascinating. The people who used traditional methods had a more experienced teacher. The people who did deliberate practice had a less experienced teacher, almost like TAs. The people who used traditional methods took longer to cover the material and performed less when it came to proficiency than those who used deliberate practice, who had a less experienced teacher. Less experienced teacher covered more ground in a shorter amount of time and performed better than more experienced teacher with taking longer and not doing as well. That's interesting. How you practice really matters. And that's part of how I train my students, and that's how I'm able to help people to get 12 to 13 years of math, literally, or however you want to call it. They could cover it in one sweep of 248 topics. And I have those topics available. Reach out to amosthemathguy@gmail.com if you want to see what we have. I am going to be doing webinars every week. So please reach out. I have webinars where I talk about math and math history, and I try to inspire you. It is 7 p.m. Central Time on Mondays, 7 p.m. Central Time, which is 8 p.m. Eastern. Reach out if you have any questions, but I look forward to inspiring you and your children to be the best they can be in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, as well as the other ones in the STEM cube formula, which I have in a different video. I also want them to learn symbolic logic and theology and economics and so on and so forth. I'm excited to encourage you guys to continue learning and growing in the history and philosophy of science as well. Have a blessed day.